What's hot?
What's not?
What's trending?
And what's tough to find?
We've got it all in our Living Oklahoma Holiday Gift Guide. And thank you for being with us. I'm Meg Alexander.
And I'm Mitch English.
And we have a lot to cover on this Black Friday. Everything from great gifts to great advice when it comes to handling your holiday finances. So let's get to it.
All right, we thought we'd kick things off with a little word from Santa Claus. After all, he's the guy that has the biggest list of all.
Guess who we're with on this Black Friday? Santa Claus! And I know that you're down here with the kids today, but you know, Mrs. Claus is up there Black Friday working really hard.
Oh, she's getting ready and she's organizing all the elves, make sure they get everything done and on time, and so there's still a lot of work to do.
All right,
keeping
Santa
them in
Claus.
mind.
Yeah, exactly. I want to know what are on kids' list this year.
Yeah, because I bet the letters are pouring in. What are you seeing?
Well, we've got balls, basketballs, footballs, skates, and skateboards and things like that. Of course, we've got the electronic stuff and the games, board games, and every once in a while I get a request for a pet. Oh yeah, so that's always fun.
You probably have to monitor that pretty hard, though. See if the whole family's ready, right?
Yeah, make sure they're responsible enough to take care of it.
Yeah. Okay, question for you. Have we been good this year?
Yeah, what list are we on?
Well, Meg, you know, I looked at the nice list last night, and you're on the nice list.
Good, all right. So how far are we at? Meg is not very far from Mitch.
Mitch, I think I'm going to have to check it twice for you.
It always is that way. Are you sure? Because I is pretty close to E.
Well, I think you've got a couple of things you could work on.
Okay, well, that's the story of my life.
Yeah,
I will work on them. Let's talk about them later.
Okay, but you know what they are.
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
So I'll make sure it can happen. And if I clear all that up, I'm cool?
Well, we'll see.
Well,
He's
no
watching you.
But you know, you still have some time to go.
You know, I needed you when I was having sleep problems, because I know you watch me when I'm sleeping and when I'm awake. And so it's always nice to know that you're always around, no matter what. Okay.
You know, maybe you need him to come read you a storybook, because he's got great. Santa, what is this? The night before Christmas?
Well, yeah, the night before Christmas, and you know, there's nothing there.
There's no words.
My goodness.
How do you?
And you know, and Mitch, I want you to just kind of touch it, just wave your hand across it.
Santa magic or Mitch magic?
Yeah.
Which is it?
Well, a little of both. So
It's Mitchcraft.
and then now we
They're
got.
words.
Yeah, now we can read it.
Oh, which is great, but there's no pictures in it.
Yeah, there's no picture.
He only likes pictures.
I can only understand if I.
Oh, Meg, you do it.
Okay.
Meg, you put your magic. Meg magic.
Okay. Now let's see. Oh, look at there.
How's this happening?
They're pictures.
Okay.
Oh, Santa. See, don't ever doubt Santa.
And then wipe it again. And whoop.
Back to nothing.
Back to nothing. Oh, okay.
Santa's
This is amazing.
My
full
goodness.
of magic. And see, that's what people need to know that. Okay, so is Rudolph going to be with the gang this year?
Oh, yes, he will. He's right now organizing all the reindeer games, and they're practicing takeoffs and landings. You know, because it has to be very safe on Christmas Eve that we can land on rooftops and things like that. So they have to practice on takeoffs and landings.
All right. Well, ask Ben Affleck. He knows all about those reindeer games altogether. Well, I got to tell you, thanks so much for your time, Santa.
Real quickly, what is your message to all of us, big kids and little kids this year?
Well, you know, the spirit of Christmas lives in everyone's heart, both in all children, both young and old. And I want you to remember, if you can give a smile, you get one back.
For free.
I love that.
For free.
I like that.
Yeah.
First comes turkey, then comes shopping.
That's right. Black Friday shopping full swing right now, and it seems just like every year our heads filled with the promise of, scoring the best price of the year on a new TV, maybe a tablet, a printer, those high-tech gadgets. But don't let all that Black Friday hype fool you.
No, Fox 25's reporter Maria Garcia here to help us tackle that Black Friday shopping. You've got some tips so we can hit it correctly and not waste our time and get messed up, right?
Exactly. And who doesn't want to shop, but you want to make sure that you are getting the best deal, because otherwise, what's the point? We do want to show you guys some tips for Black Friday shopping. always got your back, making it as easy as possible. You got to do your homework.
Okay.
Use price and coupon tools to make sure that you are getting the best deal. There's also loyalty programs that you can sign up for right away, just real quick, and start making the most of them. You can also use social media to make sure that you are creating the best possible budget. But here's the thing, you guys are not gonna like me for this. You gotta stick to that budget. Figure out exactly how much you wanna spend, and then when you're done, guess what? You are done. And also make sure you check all the store policies in advance, especially if you decide that you didn't like the product and you want to return it, because that might not be an option, especially if you wait a little too long. If you are ordering online, whether it's for Black Friday or if you want to wait until Cyber Monday, you want to make sure that you know that return policy and the delivery policy, because what's the point of spending that money, even if it's a good deal, if it just doesn't get delivered on time for Christmas? So that is certainly something that you want to focus on.
All right, now you had mentioned, when you buy things online, a lot of times things look great and pretty in person. Is it a good idea to maybe do some, scouting, maybe even have like a plan, like, all right, I'm going to go in, I'm going to get this, I'm going to get this, or is that really, could things change on a day like today?
I mean, you do want to give yourself a little bit of room, because especially if you have like a super favorite deal, the best example really is like the giant TV for $5. That doesn't really ever happen.
No.
But if you have a big TV that's a really good deal, they normally only have a couple of those. So have a plan B, or maybe your plan is, I wanted this thing and it's not around, so I'm not gonna spend any money.
You're gonna leave the table.
Yes, and I have to tell you guys a horror story. Before I came so consumer savvy, thanks to Fox 25 here, one time I went out for Black Friday shopping and I spent $700 really fast on just a bunch of junk, like things that I didn't even really want. It was just that it was $25.
Maria, that is
and,
me every single Christmas.
So that's why you have to have a plan. And fortunately, this is another recommendation. If you have a credit card, use the credit card, because there are extra protections. Just know that you should be able to pay that off right away. Because my credit card company called me and was like, ma'am, what are you doing? Right.
Slow down.
No, they do. If you don't use it a lot, then they think fraud alert, be like, whoa, what are you,
Exactly.
I would imagine too, you said it at the beginning, do your homework, but also have that list and again, stick to it. And I think that's your best bet right there. You're going to stay with your budget.
Don't worry if you didn't get what you thought you wanted, because guess what? Deals come around every couple months, every couple of weeks, really.
People have a sober companion. I need a shopping companion.
That's a good idea.
Help me stick with my budget.
I just don't have money to do anything. So.
Thank you, Maria. Well, for more information, don't forget, visit our page at okcfox.com.